Wow, messed that up. Hey, everybody, welcome back to the channel once again. I am Robert Storms, as always. If you're finding me for the very first time, please be sure to smash that like button and subscribe. Welcome, everybody, to another episode, a new episode of Storms Live. A little earlier today, only because I am busy later on tonight, but I will still be around for all my Storm Nation members. So what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are enjoying the content as of late. We got a very hot topic that we're going to talk about. It was a very, very hot topic on my channel today, and I wasn't expecting it for it to get views, actually. A lot of people were really leaving a lot of comments, and I actually had to go in and talk to a lot of people because two people actually went in and they left comments that was just not accurate. It wasn't accurate comments, you know, and I had to kind of get in there and be like, well, you're misquoting me. First of all, never once did I say life is hard because I'm a heterosexual white male. I said this topic is tough because because I'm a heterosexual white male. Because when you're talking about something that is very controversial like this topic, you know, it's very much a hard conversation to have, because being a heterosexual white male, being a straight white male, it is looked upon people who are you know, prefers different sexes, reference, you know, what's the word I'm looking for here? Is looked down upon because our opinions really isn't valid because of the fact that we are straight white males. We have basically been the head of the food chain for the forever, right? But I wasn't talking about life is hard for a heterosexual white male, because that's a ridiculous and ludicrous comment in itself. You know, life is not hard. I mean, there's a thing called white privilege. It absolutely exists. I've seen it. It's proven. White privilege absolutely exists. I'm not talking about white privilege or being my life is hard because I'm a heterosexual white male. I said that this specific topic is hard because I'm a heterosexual white male. Because I'm talking about a character who was now created, was not bisexual, now is bisexual. So I'm talking about the LGBT community, as well as, you know, different times you talk about different races. It's very much looked upon. Like perfect example is, you can ask my friends Anzo and Danny. When Black Panther came out, not a lot of people who were white were talking about that movie. I was a straight white male talking about a black type movie, right? So whenever you talk about something from a different race or different, you know, nationality, a different culture, different sexuality, white males who are straight are normally not taken serious, and their opinion are not valid. So I'm not sitting here saying, so for those of you guys who left the comments, and I seen you guys deleted those comments, and I'm glad you deleted those comments, because you actually came off very ignorant in those comments, because never once did I say in those comments that life is hard because I'm a heterosexual white male. I said this specific topic is hard to discuss because I'm a heterosexual white male. Those are completely different things. Completely different things. And I don't think people really understood that. And I'm glad that they actually, you know, detracted their comments, because it just came off as they were completely ignorant to the conversation. That's how words get twisted, and people get accused of being racist when they're not actually racist, because they're not actually looking at the full statement. They're taking key words, taking them out of context, and putting them together in this Frankenstein statement that just isn't true. So for those who left those comments, I did respond to you. I noticed you removed your comments, so good on you. Just next time, please listen to the words that I'm saying before you go actually and start saying stuff, because that's how things are misinterpreted. That's how problems are created. So we have 30 people watching, 15 likes. So I want to thank you guys for coming in and watching. Some geeky guy threw in a $10 super chat, and I actually have very little to say to this gentleman right here. I have very little to say, because this gentleman right here, I lost all respect for this guy. I have. Because it's one thing to disagree with someone on a topic, right? It's absolutely, you have the right to agree and disagree with anybody. You have that right to agree or disagree with anybody. You do not have that right to attack me personally. You can leave whatever you want in the comments. I leave the comments open. You can leave whatever you want in the comments. If I feel like you're not being accurate, I will come at you like I did the other two people who eventually did remove their comments. But this gentleman right here, some geeky guy right here, he didn't just take it to, oh, I'm going to leave a comment. No. He felt so offended by what I said that he had to DM my personal Facebook account to tell me off and tell me to go fuck myself. So I have lost all respect to some geeky guy. With all due respect, sir, I have lost all respect for you because just because you live in California and you have brown skin, you automatically think that you see like the shit out of your ass is like rainbows and butterflies. Like you see everything perfectly. Like nobody has the right to have a fucking opinion, right? You just not only did it's. You have the right to leave your comment and disagree. That's part of a discussion. But to sit there and take the time to actually come out and personally attack me on my personal Facebook page in a DM, like, who the hell are you? Talk about being hypocritical. Talking about being a damn right hypocrite. There's people like you is what's wrong with this world, that we can't sit here and have a good discussion on a topic, a sensitive topic, without someone like you who thinks your shit is all rainbows and butterflies, that you have to come and attack me on my personal Facebook page. You had to take it out of your time to DM me. So, no, I'm sorry. I lost all respect for you, sir. I have lost all respect for you, sir, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that respect back, to be honest with you. Because this is... actually, hold on. My damn light's about to fall. Even my light is about to... my light here is lost all respect to you. But it comes down to... it comes down to the fact that, it is what it is, and... yeah, at the end of the day, it absolutely is. It is what it is. You have the right to your opinion. You can say whatever the hell you want. Last time I checked, this is the United States of America. It's a free fucking country, right? You have the right to say whatever you want. But don't sit there and think that you can just come out and attack my personal... like my friends and family are on my Facebook, right? It's a privilege for me to put my Facebook right here to say, hey guys, come follow me on my Facebook, right? It's a privilege for me to accept your request. And then you think it's open season because you disagree with one topic that you had to DM me to cuss me out? What makes you any better than me? What makes you better than the left side or the right side or any side that wants to sit there? Like you believe that your point of view is so right that you're going to come out and personally attack? Did you not listen in the video where I said, I don't give a fuck if you're white, black, Hispanic, Chinese, Vietnamese, Namekian, gay, straight, trans, I don't give a fuck. I'm talking about a fictional character that the comic book industry feels like they have to make bisexual to appease a certain group. That's what I'm talking about. A fucking fictional character. And you feel the need to DM my Facebook account, my personal Facebook account, to use profanity toward me in a negative way? Who the fuck do you think you are, sir? That's what I want to know. Who the fuck you think you are? Black Dominite coming in with a $2 super chat. Thank you so much, Black Dominite, for the $2 super chat. I didn't hear the ding. I don't know if the super chat dings are working. Where's my super chat alert dinger? Where's the alert dinger? I don't think it's working, man. I don't think it's working. Yeah, I don't know, man. I didn't hear the ding. Let me know if you guys hear the ding. Let me know if you hear the ding. Let me know if you hear the ding. But yeah, so that's my thoughts on that. We have 47 people watching, 18 likes. Let's try to get this thing up to 25 likes. Let's get half you guys hitting the like button. Let me know if this thing dings. I did not hear a ding. 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 You know why I didn't hear a ding? I have the wrong thing on the thing. All right, I should hear a ding now. Should hear a ding now when it goes through. Boom, I hear the fucking ding. The ding happened. Matt1306, hey Matt1306, how you doing, buddy? Hopefully the wife is doing good. You're doing good. Everybody's doing good. Jonathan Kent is a new character. He was created 6 years ago. So by definition, he's not really a new character. He was created 6 years ago. So Matt1306, I love you. I love your wife. But right there, your statement is invalid. You just said he's a new character. He was created 6 years ago. So if he was created 6 years ago, that was almost a half a decade. That's a little over half a decade. So by definition, he is not a new character. A new character is someone that was created like today or yesterday when they decided they wanted to pull this bullshit. Okay, but they didn't. They created the character, and guess what? There's been fans of him for 6 years. I know friends of mine who have been fans of him for the past 6 years, and never once did they ever hint in the fact that he preferred men or was interested in men. So right there, I love you, but I'm gonna come at you here because you're hypocritical right there in that statement by saying Jonathan Kent is a new character, ... He was created 6 years ago. Well, which one is it? Is he a new character or was he created 6 years ago? Because if he created 6 years ago, then technically he's not a new character. I mean, if you give birth to a baby and you're like, oh yeah, my baby was just born, but he's 6 years old. You see how that doesn't make any damn sense? Well, if your baby was a new baby, he's a new baby. Oh yeah, I got a new kid. He's 6 years old. Well, no. People will automatically assume that you gave birth like a week ago, but you didn't. You see where I'm coming at here? So that sentence doesn't make any sense. So which one is it? Jonathan Kent's a new character or was he created 6 years ago? Because he was created 6 years ago. And the comics with him in it was awesome. Right? I love that character. Now, full disclosure, I stopped reading the comics about 2 years ago. Because the comic book industry, unless you're Image Comics or Dynamite, like all this corporate shit with Image or all this corporate shit with DC and Marvel is just asinine. Like they're just throwing shit in there just to try to be political to please a fan base that doesn't even read their fucking comics. That's the problem with comic books now. And this is the problem that's going on with the movie industry now. It's like they're so hard trying to please the left side or the right side. I don't even know what side these motherfuckers are on. Right? I don't know. Like everybody talking about the left side and the right side. What's the difference in the sides? Why is there sides? The problem is there's a group of people that are fighting LGBT rights. I don't care. You can have rights. You can marry whoever the fuck you want. I've said in my video, you cannot help who you fall in love with. Right? It happens. It's a sudden shock. You know, you fall in love and you fall in love. And it doesn't matter if it's a male, female, white, black, Hispanic, Chinese. It doesn't matter. I have dated women from all different races because I like their personality. I think they're attractive. I don't care what race they are. I'm not interested in men, you know, but if I was, who gives a fuck? Everybody's entitled to their sexual preference. We are human beings. We are free to live our life the way we live. The problem is we are taking these characters and we're changing these characters that already exist. Sorry, Matt1306. 6 years ago means he's not a new character. He's been around for 6 years, which is over half a decade. And they're taking these characters and they're changing it. Like they're changing Tim Drake and they're changing Iceman and X-Men. And now Jonathan Kent is the latest that they changed in order to appease a group of people that don't even read their fucking comics to begin with. And you know how I know they don't read their fucking comics? Because nobody reads comics anymore. Look at the comic sales charts. Okay, they have been in a massive decline for years now. Comic book stores left and right are closing down because people do not buy comics. People do not read comics. These are facts that you can look up. Look at comic book sales charts. So now the comic industry is trying to appease a certain core fan base that doesn't even read their shit to begin with. Meanwhile, they're alienating all the hardcore people that do read their shit. Somebody please tell me how the fuck this makes sense. And the same thing's happening in the movie industry and the television industry and all types of different industries. What kind of message are we sending our next generation? Do you really want your 10-year-old kid to pick up a comic and see Superboy making out with a male? I don't know about you, but I wouldn't want my child thinking about any type of sexuality at that age. whether it's male, female. Like, it's bad enough that on YouTube, that you can pretty much search anything on YouTube or the internet, right? It's so hard to be a parent these days because you don't want your child exposed to certain things. When your child is old enough and your child's like, okay, I'm starting to feel like I have feelings for male or female, doesn't matter. And then your child's like, you know what? I kind of prefer guys, right? Then that's something your son has to discover on his own. But he can't grow up, turn on Disney Plus, and see gay characters just running around at the age of 8. At the age of 8, kids should not be thinking about whether they're going to be fucking males or fucking females. Kids need to worry about just surviving this day and age. The world is fucking hard enough. We're dealing with racism, terrorism, all this type of shit. Our country's divided. Yet we have to worry about our children watching stuff sending the wrong messages. This is not something kids should be worrying about. Kids should be worrying about being a kid, going to the park, playing sports, playing games, going to school, getting an education. Not have to worry about turning on a TV or opening up a comic book and seeing Superman's son, Mac Daddy in it with some other dude. Let them grow up and come to that conclusion that themselves if that's what they want to pursue. Don't sit there and make the choices for them. We got 2 super chats I want to get to. Sucky for $5. That's all kinds of weird name. Just saying. Threw in a $2 super chat. I'm in love with Robert Storms. Well, I don't know who you are, but it's good to be loved. So thank you. Matt1306 threw another $5 super chat. Stating his sexuality as a kid is wrong. So now his young adult, they can have him explore his sexuality with no backlash. Because he's older, he's not a kid. I understand that point. I understand it's not the Jonathan Kent as a kid. But what I'm saying is, you stated a fact that just isn't true. You stated that he's a new character. Factually, that's inaccurate. He's been around for 6 years. Also, it's still a comic book which kids can pick up. A 6-year-old or 7-year-old can go into a comic shop with their family and, oh, I want to get Superman number 5. Pick it up and boom, he's reading a comic and boom, there he is, making out with a guy. And then he's going to have questions. And then it's up to the parents to try to answer these fucking questions. Right? Like it creates a list of problems that does not need to be created. If you want to make a bisexual or gay character, make a bisexual or new gay character. Don't take a pre-existing character like Iceman, Tim Drake, Jonathan Kent, and make them bisexual to appease a small fan base that doesn't even read your fucking shit. It doesn't. It's like you want to do it just to pat yourself on the back. And I seen somebody earlier in the comments of my video going, well, this is why I read Marvel comics. Fucking Marvel does it too. What the fuck are you talking about? Marvel is just as guilty of this shit. So, yes, it is an issue. It is absolutely an issue. Just some geeky guy threw another $5 super chat. How is having a child exposed to LGBT characters going to turn them gay? How does that work? What if kids were exposed to LGBTG and were gay anyway? See, you're just missing the point. Because you got this blockage between one ear and the other, and I think it's the peanut that you call a brain. So you're missing the point, so let me spell this out to you. So, a couple years ago, I dated a girl that had a son. Not gonna, reveal names or anything. Son was 13 years old, 12, 13 years old. And he started dressing girly or whatever, and I asked the mom, I'm like, hey man, like what's going on with him? And she's like, oh, he wants to be, like, he thinks he's gay. I'm like, isn't he a little young to even be thinking about that? She's like, yeah, but it's all over the internet and stuff. That's the fucking problem that you completely missed. Right? Because the problem is here, sir, you're not even 21. Okay? You're not even old enough to get a fucking beer. So please, sit down, shut the fuck up while I educate you right now. Can you do that for me, please? Thank you very much. Here's the thing. Kids are very, very vulnerable to their surroundings, okay? That's why most of the time, people that grow up to be bad people grew up in bad families. That's just facts. Right? That's just facts. They don't know any better. They were raised in a very sorry for that. Excuse me. How many times have we seen people, when they grow up, they do questionable decisions, bad decisions, and leave a bad life because that's what they were exposed to as kids. They seen their parents do bad and questionable things at an early age, so they know it. They don't know any better. They think it's the norm, right? How many serial killers during documentaries that you see was raised in a very, very bad household? They were exposed to this stuff very, very early. Drug dealers were exposed to stuff very, very early. Now, of course, there's exceptions to every rule, right? This isn't something that is guaranteed every time. There's exceptions to everything. There are people that turn out to be bad people that was raised in a great household. But the point I'm trying to make is, kids are very I can't pronounce the word. Accepting to their surroundings. Right? There's a reason why kids watch Sesame Street, Barney, and all this stuff, because it helps develop their minds. If you come from an abusive family, it's going to affect your life somehow or another. Kids are very subjective to all their surroundings, and it builds up into what they're going to grow up later on. So if they are subjected to, turn on Disney Channel, gay this, gay that, gay that, it puts a thought in their mind that shouldn't even be in their mind in the first place. Sorry. So what I'm trying to say is, when you're surrounded by something all the time, it puts the thoughts in your head. So you saying what you're saying like an ignorant moron. How is having kids exposed to LGBT characters going to turn them gay? I didn't say it was going to turn them gay. I just said it's going to expose them to something that they're too young to know about right now. They need to focus on being kids, playing at the playground, doing their homework, going to school, and living their life. When they're old enough, it's just like the sex talk. You're not going to have a little kid and you're going to be watching porn in the living room with your 5-year-old son walking around. Right? That you're not going to do that, right? Because you don't want your kid to know about sex right now, whether it's from a heterosexual couple or not. It's good parenting. You don't have kids because you are a fucking kid. You are a fucking kid. You don't know. You don't fucking know. You see nothing wrong with this. Because you are a fucking child yourself. You don't know anything about the fucking real world. That is the problem. Just some geek guy threw a $5 super chat after that. That's just one personal experience of yours. That's it. I personally know kids who are aware of LBGT and they turned out. You're fucking great, bro, because you're fucking amazing. You live in California. It's all sunshine and rainbows. You know everything. You're the smartest fucking 19 to 20-year-old I ever met in my fucking life that knows absolutely shit about the real world. Absolutely shit about the real world. I'll tell you what. Go to the store, buy a beer, come back and talk to me when you're actually old enough to drink. Come on, man. Come on. Get the fuck out of my life. Mr. C comes in with a $2 super chat. Your balls dropped. Respect, Rob. It had nothing to do with balls dropping. It has nothing to do with that. The problem is, I just wanted to have a conversation about this, and it was just a simple conversation about how these comic books and movie industries are changing existing characters to appease a fan base that doesn't even read their shit. They are alienating a group. They're alienating their hardcore fan base. They're a friend of mine. I'm not gonna say his name because when this came out, Nindroid sent me the article. I sent the article to my friend who's a massive Superman and Jonathan Kent fan. That's one thing. He got me introduced to Jonathan Kent, and I fell in love with Jonathan Kent. And I asked him how he felt about this because he buys every issue of Superman. Massive Superman fan, the biggest Superman fan I ever met. And he's like, I'm not buying it no more. I'm done. And that's the problem. They are making these changes, but they're making it to appease a group that doesn't buy their comics or read their comics. Meanwhile, they're alienating the people that actually do buy their comics and read their comics. That is the problem. And the underlying problem of this situation is, why are we exposing our children to this information? They're too young to be thinking about this. They're too young to be thinking about dating girls or sex in general. I don't want my 6 or 7-year-old son or daughter to think about going out on dates or having sex. You know how scary the world is right now with information being at our fingertips? Like, our kids can go on the internet and just search up anything. Things are very, very, scary time to be a parent. This past year, if anything, showed me what it was like to be a parent. Do I make dumbass decisions sometimes? Absolutely. Do I make stupid decisions because I'm not thinking? Absolutely. But I fell in love, and the thing is, I don't want my kid to be thinking about this stuff until they're old enough. Maybe like late middle school, early high school, then they can start thinking about this. But when they're young, when they're under the age of 13, they need to focus on being kids, going to school, and they shouldn't have to worry about turning on Disney Plus or HBO or anything. Like right? There's a reason why there's a rating system. And I don't want my kids to just pick up a Superman comic and see, Superman making out with Tim Drake and them ask questions. They're too young to be thinking about sex. They're too young to be thinking about boys and girls, let alone thinking about possibly being interested in the same sex. If you're not a parent, you don't understand. And that's only like the underlining problem of them just changing characters just to appease a fan base that doesn't give a shit about them in the first place. Evo Universe threw in a $10 super chat. Thank you so much for that massive $10 super chat. I agree and disagree with you, Rob. Based on your argument, they should not show Bruce sleeping with Selena or Dick banging Starfire, which they do show. At the bottom line, comics are not for kids. But the thing is, and you're right, you're very, very much right. Right? They show these, like, there's comics like I would never let a kid read an Image comic. Image comics, they always showing sex, sex and nudity and all that stuff. I would never let my child ever read an Image comic ever, right? And yes, Marvel and DC do get very, very, for an example, the Harley Quinn comic, right? She constantly talks about having sex. She's sleeping with Poison Ivy in Miami, right? That's not a comic a kid should be getting, right? Regardless of it's 2 females, 2 males, a male, female, doesn't matter. A kid should not be picking up. There's a reason why the comic code existed in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, right? And then the comic code, I guess, just disappeared, and we just don't talk about the fucking comic code no more, where you couldn't even have cleavage. You had to mark out the cleavage, right? And that's when kids could pick up comics, and it was safe for them to read. Over time, kids grew into adults, and the comics got more adult. But there needs to be a section where that happens, right? I would never let my kid read Why the Last Man, Walking Dead, Invincible, Hack Slash. I would never let them read those type of comics, But if they're picking up a Batman comic, a Superman comic, a Spider-Man comic, I feel like it's those companies have the right or the responsibility to man, I'm all congested, man. It has the responsibility to show effort and be responsible for those kids, right? You do. You absolutely have to be, right? If you're not a parent, you don't understand. It's that simple. But at the end of the day, when are we going to sit there and look at the industry, the entertainment industry in general, and just go, when's enough is enough? When's enough enough? Does anybody know? Does anybody know when enough is enough? I'm very curious. I want to know when enough is enough. I'm being serious. I want to know. Because we constantly change these characters' sexuality and stuff, and we do it to appease. The one thing I never got a problem with is the race bending. I never really had a problem with race or sex bending and race swap. I never had a problem with that because a lot of these characters were created in a time period where, everything was white. Like Batman, Superman, they were all white because back then that was just a common thing to do. But now we're making these characters, and now we're taking these characters that are pre-existing now, and now we're changing their sexuality and saying, oh no, they were always gay and stuff. It's just a slippery slope, and I don't like it. We're getting to a point where enough is enough. Some geeky guy here who can't have another person's opinion. Through a $10 super chat. Making out isn't sexual, first of all. If you're a young fucking kid, it is, you fucking creephead. Yeah, it is. A little. So it's okay for a 9-year-old kid to be making out. It's okay for a 9 to 10-year-old kid to be thinking about making out. That what you're telling me right now? Because if that's the case, you have some real problems that you need to go get checked out, buddy. They grow up seeing their parents showing affection, but their parents ain't fucking in front of them. All their love, and no one is telling them not to do that in front of their kids. Because it's their fucking parents, bro. It's their parents. If two parents are showing affection in front of their kids, what's wrong with that? That's showing that their kid that this is what a healthy relationship is. 9 times out of 10, I don't know how it was in your household, but parents wouldn't be making out, grabbing the other person's ass or junk in front of their kids. They would give a little peck on the lips or peck on the cheek, and then they get freaky when the kids go to bed. That's how it's supposed to go. Not in front of the child, right? You're not going to go up and slap your wife's ass and go, damn, that's a fine ass. I'm going to fuck the shit out of that later. You're not going to do that in front of the child. You go up, give a hug, kiss on the cheek, on the lips, like, hey, babe, how you doing? Missed you, love you, so on. And then come 9, 10 o'clock when little Jimmy goes to bed, oh, it's on like Donkey Kong. That's how it's supposed to go, son. What the fuck is going on with you? You really do have like this blockage in between, right? Like you have like some blockage going on. Do I need to get Super Mario to come like plunger out the shit between your ears, bro? Because you ain't I feel like Chris Tucker. You're not hearing the words that are coming out of my mouth? You don't understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Like what? I just proved your donkey ass wrong. I sat here for the past 35 minutes calling you out, showing you how hypocritical you are, and yet you want to keep coming out and dig yourself a hole. At the end of the day, you text me to my personal Facebook account because you didn't like the video that I did. Instead of leaving a comment like the thousands of other people that left comments in that video, no, you felt like, oh, I got to go attack Rob personally. I'm going to message his Facebook account, right? But you don't sit there and talk about how when Rob messages you when you're having your little midlife crisis and I'm trying to talk you into being safe. Really? That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing right now. Hypocrite, man. You're a hypocrite, bro. You're a hypocrite. Thank you, Malik. Malik's like, preach, Rob. And I'm glad I got some people here supporting me. I do. I'm glad I have a few people here supporting me. Like I really appreciate the support here. I really do. Because this is a hard topic to talk about. It really is. A difficult topic to talk about that I didn't want to talk about. But I feel like it's something we have to as a society. If we can't discuss these problems, then what are we really setting an example for our children? You know what I mean? Some geeky guy threw in another $5 super chats. Let's see what kind of asinine statement he makes now. Rob, kids have been aware of LGBT people existence for past 10 years now. Kids React did a video reacts to gay marriage. You just made my point, you dumb son of a bitch. You really don't understand the words that are coming out. You just made my point. Guys, do you see, like you see these comments right here, right? This stupid motherfucker just made my point. Kids been aware of it for 10 years now. Yes, because they made it aware. They reacted to gay marriage. Yes, because this shit's everywhere. It's being exposed everywhere. Kids don't have the right to grow up in innocence no more. Their innocence are stripped away by fucking entertainment and media. Thank you for making my point. I appreciate you. Oh yeah, Storm Nation's gonna be lit tonight, Rome. Lit tonight, Rome, because this twinkle toe cocksucker right here is just proving my point. You know, this motherfucker can't even get into a nightclub without a fake ID, and he wants to hear and preach about what children need. Like what the fuck does he know about fatherhood? This motherfucker's a kid himself. He's probably still on his fucking mama's nipple. This motherfucker wants to come out here and try to call me out, and all this started because you couldn't leave a comment. You are 100%. Look, folks, you're 100% geek guy, entitled to your opinion. I don't have to agree with you. You sure as fuck don't have to agree with me. You're entitled to your opinion. You leave that shit in the comment section of the video. You do not DM my personal Facebook account to attack me and cuss me out for having a difference of opinion. Who the fuck do you think you are? Huh? Who the fuck you think you is? That's what I want to know. Who the fuck you think you are? So, sorry, I had to come at you a little bit. I had to tell you how the real world actually operates. You're not a father. You can barely take care of yourself, let alone take care of a kid. What the fuck do you know? Look, you even have people in the comments here telling you, like, just stop. You're digging yourself in a hole. You're digging yourself in a hole. You have no idea what you're talking about. You are too young and not experienced enough to understand the magnitude of what you're trying to say. So he throws in another super chat. What the fuck has this guy got to say now? Let's see what he's got to say. No. I'm not doing that with you on Storm Nation. Why? Because you don't want me to expose you again? You can be entitled to your opinion. Okay. I'm done explaining tolerance to you. Well, you're done being proven wrong. Because you're looking like a jackass. You're looking like an ignorant, hypocritical, piece of shit jackass is what you're looking like. So, yeah. Thank you for DMing my Facebook. DMing my Facebook. Where's my Facebook? Where's my Facebook? Where's that jackass at? Oh, yeah. Bro, your video on Superman's son being bi is one of the dumbest shit I've ever seen. This is what he sent my personal DMs on Facebook. My personal account. He doesn't leave this in the comment of the video. No. He fucking sends it to my personal account. Don't try to play the victim card and say heterosexual males have no voice. You literally do. You had an opinion for literally thousands of years. Sounds like he's coming up after me, right? Sounds like he's attacking me. He sounds like he's attacking me. You're just grasping at straws and trying desperately to paint yourself as a victim, all because how the fuck am I painting myself as a victim? When did I ever paint myself as a fucking... This is on my Facebook. This motherfucker texted me this to my personal DMs on Facebook. How did I ever paint myself as a victim? I'm really curious. Right? All because DC changed the character attracted to males? Question. You need to grow up, dude. This dude hated my opinion on today's topic so much that he had to feel the need to personally text me, cursing me out, putting me down, and accusing me of, and then put me down for being a white male. See, this is what I was talking about at the beginning of that video. Because white males who are heterosexual can't talk about anything real life anymore without being talked down to. So thank you for proving my point on the beginning of that video, because you just proved my fucking point. But then he couldn't just leave the comment in the comment section like everybody else did. No, he had to personally reach out, take time of his day to reach out and DM me, putting me down, calling me names, and cursing me out. Boom! Right there. Right there. So you guys tell me how that is okay. Last time I checked, I thought we were all entitled to opinions. See, that's the problem. Nobody wants to have a real life discussion where both sides talk like adults. No. We have to reach out and start criticizing it. Oh, you had opinion for over thousands. I'm not thousands of years old, motherfucker. I'm 37. I'm trying to have an educated discussion. Okay? I wasn't playing a victim card. I was just saying, when it comes to the LDBG stuff and race stuff, white males isn't taken serious. You don't believe me? Ask Danny and Anzo when they discovered my Black Panther video. Because they clicked on it going, oh, what's this white guy going to know about Black Panther? Turns out I knew a lot. Because white people isn't really considered taken serious when they talk about this because of the of our past, of what our ancestors done. We are all painted as these horrible colonizers. There are some really good ones in there. I just wanted to have a discussion. But I knew that I would get backlash from people like you. Thank you for fucking proving my point. Because we can't have an intelligent conversation. So you did nothing but prove my goddamn point at the beginning of that fucking video. So thank you for proving my point. Thank you. I appreciate that. You have a lot of growing up to do, sir. A lot of growing up to do. So before you feel the need to attack somebody for having an opinion, maybe educate yourself, get some fucking hair on your balls, and go buy a beer without needing a fake ID before you come attack me, sir. Grow the fuck up, sir. Grow the fuck up. That is the problem. Black Dynamite coming in with a $2 super chat. And he says, white people are unjustified, vilified all the time. We've done it to ourselves. Let's be real. I don't want anybody to feel sorry for me because I'm white, because I do have white privilege. I know that personally. Right? There were several times where I went to a bar and I drank and I shouldn't have drove. I drove and got caught by a cop and I was let go. If I was black, I would have been arrested. If I was black, I might have been shot. So there is a such thing as white privilege. It's a real thing. It happens. And I don't want to say we're unjustified, villainified, because we did this to ourselves. We're the ones that came to America, slaughtered the Indians, took over their people. We're the ones that went over to Africa and enslaved an entire nation and brought them over. America has been built on blood and sweat and the death of different races, not the white people. And white people want to come out as if they're the saviors. So any criticism of white people, I 100% get. I am ashamed of my ancestors and my past. I am ashamed of what they did to other races. But just because we've done that, don't sit there and take it out on me personally. Like I can't have a conversation on tough topics. Because this is a tough topic. I had something I wanted to say about it. And I shouldn't have to have this motherfucker attack my personal Facebook page and message me and tell me I'm playing a victim and all this shit, because that's not what I was doing at all. All I did was say, this is going to be a tough topic because I'm a heterosexual white male, which turns out I was right, because by him messaging me proved my point in the first place. So thank you. Thank you. Now, unfortunately, guys, I do have to go ahead and end the show. This was a very, very great topic, a great show. It is going to be staying up, so everybody can watch it for replay. But I have plans I have to go take care of. I'm going to go see Bond, No Time to Die. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. We will be doing Storm Nation live tonight. It will be for everybody as well. Just Mega Tier members will come on. And Geeky Guy, if you come on, I'm coming at you. So just beware. And I hope you have something better to say than those asinine super chats that you sent in tonight, making it sound like you know what the fuck you're doing, because I literally exposed you online. There's this thing called keeping receipts, and I exposed you. So thank you for proving my point. Thank you all so much for watching. I love each and every one of you guys. You guys have a great night. Thank you, everybody. Love you. Thanks. Always support. Appreciate you. Love you guys.